What is up, Team Dragon Blaze? Today we are back, and this is also the last episode, the last guide actually of of the different archetypes for every single position. So yeah, if you guys really enjoyed this series, of course, put a comment down below, like the video, and also subscribe, of course, if you want to see maybe more guides of anything in this game, of course, because I really want to make more, of course, in the future. And I think this is a lot of fun. As you guys can see, of course, we are at the forward part, and once again, also the last part. And for this one, it's actually going to be pretty easy and pretty straightforward. That was actually not a that was not planned, but okay. We basically only have like two variants, and that is a classic forward and also a kind of like a anti-forward slash a defensive forward. It's gonna sound really weird, but I will be explaining this in a second. But before I will be explaining it, say it with me. About 81% of you guys who are watching my videos are not subscribed, and I would appreciate it if you would. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, and if you have, you can let me know in my Discord, which is in my description. As you have done that, you can also go to my Twitch, which I will probably, link in my Discord when I'm gonna stream. So yeah, it all comes together. So yeah, basically, now that we have gotten that out of the way, we're going to be talking about the type of forwards. Once again, I was talking about classic forwards, and basically classic forwards are, once again, pretty straightforward. Every single character who is a forward with a level 3 shot. Or a co-op move that is okay with like with a level 2. Or even a level 1 for some characters, which is kind of interesting. But basically, if a character has like a level 1 and 2 move, but no level 3 or co-op move, in my opinion, you can sometimes even put them as midfielders or whatever, or do whatever you want. But those characters, for example, a character like that is Kuruma. I'm sorry, Harbear, but like those characters are just, you want a character that is your forward to be reliable. And if your forward only has a level 2 move, I don't know, man. Like this is actually the only position where it is kind of required for you to at least have a level 3 or a co-op move slash Kashin, whatever. If you do not, you can put this character on like the midfielder position, sometimes even the defense. For example, a character like Inazuma. Like Inazuma is a bit different because you can actually use him for a co-op move, but the co-op move character that you have for that is actually a midfielder. So I'm just like, I really don't know. Like a character like this, I will probably put him in the as a midfielder, honestly. And you could probably have him as like a defender as well, because he has a long shot and also a block move. But for example, characters that are actually classic forwards are characters like Saru, of course, level 3 move, and a Kashin. Characters like Asa, who in my opinion is more of a defender, but you can also have him as a forward. Characters like, of course, Goenji, he has a level 1, 2, 3, and also a co-op move. So yeah, that is basically what I'm talking about when it comes to forwards. Even a character like Shadow is, in my opinion, not a forward, because once again, he only has like up to level 2. So that is basically my definition of a forward. Characters who have at least a level 3 or a co-op move. They need to have either or. There, in my opinion, is actually like no character in the game that you actually have as a forward who only has a level 1 and 2. For example, DM, if DM did not have this move, Cosmic Blaster, I think, probably be a midfielder. But because he does, you can put him as a forward. That's basically it. You need to have something powerful, like a co-op move or a level 3 move, to be a forward in this game. And even like a character like Skid Wu, definitely a defender. Definitely. You cannot have a character like this as a forward. And then also the anti-forward or the defensive forward. Which, in my opinion, there aren't necessarily too many of them in this game from what I know. Well, okay, the funny thing is that Asa kind of could function as that one, but I think a big example for this one is actually Fubuki. Fubuki, and if you also want to use a better variant of Fubuki, use the adult variant, but let's not talk about that, we use the younger variant of course. Fubuki has Ice Ground, and or Land of Ice of course as well, that too. And you could use him as like a forward who can steal the ball immediately from your opponent's forward as they are starting the match. And that is such a, it feels niche, but in my opinion, like usually, because like I am super aggressive and like I always destroy my my opponents usually. Having a character like this who at the start of the match, as your opponent is kicking off, who can just run up and then immediately block move, get the ball, and then get it to the other forwards, or like even a midfielder. It is so nice. So nice. And the thing also is that I always use this type of a formation. And back in the day, even when I was playing in the 2011 version, I also used Sean as my, or Fubuki as my forward, but like as my defensive forward, and then I would always have Ice Ground on him, because I also did not want him to invest that much into it, you know? Like, you don't need to like have a level 4 block move as a forward. You just need a block move to be able to just get the ball easily and then go from there. So yeah, that is just very, very handy. And once again, also this formation, put him over here, because of course the forwards that are going to be on the opponent's team are going to be over there. So you do not want to have your Fubuki or your defensive anti-forward over here, because the first character that you are going to get when you start off the match is a character over here. So that's why having the character over here be the defensive or the anti-forward for, I have no idea what I'm actually gonna call it, but I'm just gonna say like defensive forward for now, because it's easier. You can choose him, immediately use a move, and that's it. So yeah, I think there's like maybe like a few more characters that could function like this, but oh, for example, a character like Cannon can be this way, because he of course has block circus and everything. And also a character like well, funny thing is, you can have a character like Sakuma like this as well, but goodness gracious, he functions way better as a defender. But I mean, he does have all of these cold moves as well, and level 2, 3 move, so that's all cool. As long as they just have a block move and then good kick power, and also the what's it called, the moves to back it up. Because in my opinion, some characters you could put as a forward, but they but like it depends on kind of like on their stats as well. Because let me grab a character like Hikaru. He can only get to an A in kick, and in my opinion as well, forwards need to have an S. They honestly, in my opinion, need to have an S, or they need to compensate with like a Kashin. But you also have like a small thing, I guess, with a character like Hikaru, where his speed is an S rank. And that could maybe compensate, like of course I said you probably want to score, but you can also have this character like get as close as possible to your opponent's goalkeeper to also try and shoot. But I have to be honest, this character would also function just maybe even better as a midfielder, just because of him not having an S. Like, in my opinion, an S is so important to have as a forward, because there are just so many strong shots or strong block moves in this game, and catch moves as well. Like, there's so many Kashin users, and the Kashin users are just very strong. Like, look at these goalkeepers, honestly. Like, you have a Kashin user, basically Kashin user over here. You have a let me see, you have a Kashin user over there, you have a Kashin user over there, and then another one, I don't know where he is, okay, there as well. Like, those characters are just so strong, so you kind of like always want to have like an S rank kick character over there, and good thing that a lot of forwards do have that. But yeah, that's kind of like it, to be honest, about what I wanted to talk about with the forwards. yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the entirety of this series. I do not know how this is going to be received, but I hope you guys actually can find something in the information that I'm providing. If you guys, of course, would like me to talk about something else, you can put it down in the comments below. I would love to look at what you guys actually have to say. And yeah, go into my Discord if you also want to say something to me personally or whatever. Maybe about the series or maybe about something else. And as you are there, you're probably going to see like all types of videos of mine passing by, which I can also remind you of. You can also subscribe to the channel so that not only there you can get updated, but also just you'll get a notification or anything, or you get it in your sub box. So that's all cool. And then as well, I have a Twitch where I play Inazuma 11 Strikers with more gameplay than just only me talking about the game. And I also play other games even there as well. So that's all cool. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys with the next series, I guess. And with some more cool ideas. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.